Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Overnight, the Australian dollar didn't stage any significant moves, even though the geopolitical tension between the US and Russia has eased somewhat. Overnight, in a tweet, Trump has pulled back some of his comments by saying that he never said when an attack on Syria would take place. Could be very soon or not so soon at all. In any event, the United States under my administration has done a great job of ridding the region of ISIS. Where is our thank you, America? Is what Trump tweeted overnight. With the tension slowly easing, is the fact that the market is still looking towards this region of 77.90.95 as a sell zone and looking for a pullback at the moment to 77.25. This in turn could see further weakness towards 76.75. With the dollar index slightly gaining overnight, it closed this morning at the level of 89.40. Previously was at 89.16. Now, we still need further coverage to support a US dollar rally further. Now, at the moment, euro is still confined to a range of 122 to 124.5. After briefly looking towards the high side of 123 failing, it does look like the market could actually ease further to the downside. The attention is most likely now to slowly digest the CPI figure that came out earlier in the week, the FOMC minutes, and also President Mario Draghi's comments that he sees small effects of trade tariffs, but fears retaliation towards that. The other outlook is that the market is now speculating a next rate hike in the US either at May or June. So with the technicals at this point holding at 123.15.80, as I mentioned, I do expect to see further weakness. Well, dollar yen, what a surprise, it's back above 107 and now looks towards the region of 107.35 to 70. I do expect to see supply to come back into that region, though above 70 stops would trigger a rise up to 108.5, so do keep that in mind. But the technicals a little bit mixed, but the recovery is supportive for a further upside test. The pound is notching higher as the uptrend still remains around 139.80 to 140 the figure. Now it is interesting to see overnight that the British Prime Minister Theresa May has called for a special war cabinet on Thursday as she prepares to join military action against the Syrian regime following its apparent use of chemical weapons. The cabinet is expected to ask to approve a form of British participation in action led by France and the US to aim at the Syrian president, who allegedly has used chemical weapons 2 days ago. But see how that news develops. But looking at the technical point, we do have Mark Carney speaking towards the end of the day in a speech where he will be talking at the Public Policy Forum Growth Summit in Toronto, Canada. But looking at the technicals at this stage, resistance seen at 142.50.90 with resistance looks at 142.50.90 and the support immediately is at 141.85. As feared, the market plays another roller coaster ride as it drops away from the $13.60-65 and now significantly nearly giving most of the gains back, with most of them raised. Now looks towards a region of 1,328 with the immediate support holding at 35. But this looks like the market, if it does ease further the tension in the US with Russia, then we could see it easily back down towards the 13.20-25 area. This roller coaster ride plays and continues in a 13 figure to 13.60-65. The only market that's held up pretty well is oil, and as you can see here, it's still hugging towards its $66 a barrel. I'm not bullish at these levels. I think the market will give back some of the gains. We do have the Baker Hughes report out tonight, and the market will be paying attention to see if any more oil rigs have been added this week. Previously, 10 rigs were added to top the number at 808, which is a last high seen around March 2015. So keep an eye on that. At present, resistance comes in at 67.20 with support at 65.65. Well, that wraps up for today. Thank you very much for joining me. And as always, look out for the intraday reports. And I hope you have a great day and an excellent start to the new weekend.